Can't say no? You might be stuck in a silent crisis. Nearly half of Americans, 49%, confess they're drowning in yeses, scared to disappoint. Welcome to Liam on Life, where we explore the psychology of real life to help you live better, truer, and freer. Because that's what Learn Free, Be Me is all about. Let me ask you this. Have you ever said yes when you really wanted to say no? That's people-pleasing, and it's way more common than we admit. It might look like kindness on the outside, but over time, it quietly drains your energy, your confidence, even your health. In this video, we're diving into why saying no is so hard, why it matters more than you think, and how you can start changing that, with tools backed by research and rooted in reality. People-pleasing is when you say yes to others, but at the cost of yourself. Picture this. Your boss drops another project on your plate. You're already overloaded, but you nod and say, "Sure," with a polite smile, even though every part of you wants to scream. Why do we do that? Dr. Susan Newman, social psychologist and author of The Book of No, says it's not just about being kind, it's about avoiding discomfort. We'd rather carry the weight and risk upsetting someone. According to a 2021 YouGov poll, 49% of U.S. adults, that's nearly 125 million people, admit they struggle to say no, and often regret saying yes later. It's not weakness, it's not laziness, it's a behavioral loop wired deep into your brain. And it's not just about favors. It's saying yes to toxic relationships, extra shifts, helping everyone but yourself. So, why are we stuck in this pattern? Here's why it matters. People-pleasing isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. A 2018 study from the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology found that chronic people-pleasers experience 33% more stress and 20% more burnout than those who set boundaries. And that's just mentally. Physically, it runs deeper. A 2020 report from the American Heart Association linked constant overcommitting to a 15% higher risk of heart disease. At work, the cost adds up too. A 2019 LinkedIn survey showed that 41% of U.S. workers who can't say no feel underpaid and overlooked for promotions. Even Oprah struggled with this. In a 2013 O magazine column, she wrote that her early career suffered because she couldn't say no to demands. And if Oprah couldn't say no, that tells you this is no small issue. Because when you can't say no, you're not just avoiding conflict, you're trading your peace, health, and future growth for someone else's approval. So, why is saying no so hard? Let's look at it through three lenses: psychology, biology, and culture. 1. Psychology. According to Dr. Newman's research, people-pleasing often starts with fear of rejection. We say yes to feel safe, to avoid conflict, criticism, or being seen as difficult. In a 2017 study published in Personality and Social Psychology, Bulletin, 60% of people-pleasers said their self-worth is tied to how others view them. That's huge. Ellen DeGeneres admitted in a 2018 New York Times interview that she overcommitted for years just to avoid letting others down, even when she was exhausted. That need to be liked? It runs deep, and it drives us to exhaustion. 2. Biology. There's also a chemical reason behind people-pleasing. When you say yes, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It gives you that warm, connected feeling. But say no? Boom, cortisol hits. That's your stress hormone, telling your brain there's a social threat. A 2019 study from UCLA revealed that avoiding conflict activates the amygdala, the brain's fear center, in 70% of people tested. So biologically, we're wired to choose social harmony over honesty, even if it costs us our well-being. 3. Culture. In the US, being nice is practically a personality trait. According to a 2022 Pew Research survey, 68% of adults feel pressured to be agreeable, and women in particular report 10% more guilt when saying no. Social media only makes it worse. Influencers constantly say yes to collabs, to trends, to fans, because online, saying no can look like failure. A 2016 APA study found that 45% of young adults are more likely to overcommit due to online comparison. The truth is, you're not just battling your brain, you're pushing back against an entire culture that celebrates burnout in the name of being nice. But here's the good news. You can unlearn it. So, how do we stop? Here are 3 science-backed strategies, plus a powerful real-life example to bring it home. Tip 1. Practice the pause. Don't say yes on autopilot. Create a buffer. Try saying, "Let me check my calendar. I'll get back to you soon." A 2015 study from the Journal of Applied Psychology found that delaying your response by just 10 seconds reduces impulsive yeses by 30%. That pause gives your brain a chance to prioritize what you want, not what others expect. Tip 2. Start small with no. Think of it like going to the gym. Your boundary muscle needs training. Say no to small, low-stakes things. Decline an invite. Skip the extra errand. Don't refill the office coffee pot again. In a 2021 study, Dr. Vanessa Bones from Cornell found that people overestimate rejection by 50%. Most people, they won't think twice. I tested this myself. I said no to a last-minute ask at work, and the person, they just shrugged and moved on. No explosion, no drama, just relief. Tip 3. Reframe your yes. Instead of thinking, "I should say yes," ask yourself, "Does this serve me?" If not, it's a no. A 2018 study in emotion showed that putting your needs first boosts self-esteem by 25% and reduces resentment significantly. Try this next time. Instead of saying yes to overtime, say, "I need rest tonight to bring my best tomorrow." That's not selfish. That's self-respect. Real-life lesson. Michelle Obama. In her memoir, Becoming, Michelle Obama wrote, "I spent too much of my life worrying about what others thought." She used to say yes to every community event, every ask, even when she was exhausted. What changed? She started pausing. She started saying no to the small things. And she redirected her energy into what truly mattered: family, advocacy, personal growth. Now she's not just respected, she's iconic. And you can do the same. Pick one tip, the pause, the small no, or the reframed yes, and start today. You're worth it. That's it for today on Liam on Life. We broke down why you always say yes, from psychology to biology to culture, and how to break the cycle with real science and real tools. Here's your challenge. Try one of those tips today. Pause before responding. Say no to something small, or just choose yourself. Remember, you don't need everyone's approval to be enough. At Liam on Life, it's always learn free. Be me, discovering what frees you, so you can be your truest self. If this hit home, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's the hardest thing for you to say no to? I read every one and reply to as many as I can. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time right here on Liam on Life, where we keep it real, deep, and free.